tell me your experience. I mean, the very first day you touched at Kotoka International Airport. Though, like you said earlier on, when you touched down, probably when you got into the country, probably Accra for the first time. Yeah, you realize that, oh, okay, the similarity here and Kingston, of course, parts of Jamaica, is almost the same. But let us get how you felt. I mean, just as you touched down Kotoka International, the very first time.
I felt as if I touched down in Kingston Airport.
Wow.
To be honest. And so everything, bar some of the food, but a lot of the food we have in Jamaica, we eat in the UK.
Okay.
So my mom was brought up in the Caribbean, came to the UK. So things like puna yam, dasheen, cocoa. My mom cooks these, and we eat green banana, plantain. We eat all of this. So for me, I've felt for the first time that I was actually home. And to this day, every time I come to Ghana, I feel that I'm home, basically.
You're home.
Yes, so for me, that is the feeling. When I came to Ghana, it was a case of, there was nothing that was really strange or odd or out of place. So for me, it was like I really came home.
Okay. All right, so thank you very much, Nana. Let's go on straight, and of course we have a couple of questions that we're going to pose to you, so we get to know much more about you. Okay, Nana, before you even came to the country, like, you know, now we are living in a technological advancement, so probably you can even do some research, like you said earlier on, before you even came. And one of these things probably wasn't in your mind as at that time, but that probably could have posed to you was, well, you've heard Ghanaians are hospitable. Ghanaians are hospitable. When you entered the country and you started, you know, familiarizing yourself with our culture, or cultural practices, our food and stuff like that, do you actually come into conclusion that Ghanaians are hospitable? I mean, that hospitality people keep on saying elsewhere. Did you feel it?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a reality that, yes, Ghanaians are generally welcoming, hospitable, and I think once you also show your appreciation by learning some of the language and transmit that, that they are even more welcoming. And in fact, to the point where I'm now married to a Ghanaian. So
that's right.
for me, again, everything is normal at home, and definitely welcoming and hospitable people, yes.
Okay. So, at this juncture, let me take this opportunity to thank, actually express my profound gratitude to Mrs. Lee. The reason being that, you know, she being a Ghanaian, and thank you very much for, you know, having our brother here. And our brother is feeling at home, seriously speaking. So now you have even dual citizenship. It can even be more, because Jamaica, UK, and even Ghana.
I'm working towards it.
Definitely, it will surely come to pass. So, Mrs. Lee, thank you very much for, you know, taking good care of our brother here. He's a very such a good and wonderful man ever since. All right, so Nana, let us, now that we've gotten to know everything about your profile and stuff like that, now let us come into the real business. Now, when you got into the country, this time around, let us go straight to what are some of the things that you have done so far? Because now you count yourself as part and parcel of, you know, Ghanaian community.
Right.
So once you are part and parcel of Ghanaian community, then there are so many things you can also do to bring, you know, more especially the livelihood of the residents where exactly you are.
Sure.
Now, what that you've done so far, so that we get into that one details.
Okay. Initially, one of the first earlier things that I did was I I was introduced to the La youth community.
Okay, La, okay.
Yes, so I actually have a Ga name.
Okay.
Which is Ni Ajete.
Oh, Ni Ajete. You should have told me earlier. Okay, Ni Ajete.
So I was able to give a discussion on the black contribution to inventions.
Okay.
So I addressed the La youth group there and gave a talk on black inventors from past to present. And then I was able to donate some world maps to the youth group. Recently, 2019, when I moved to this area, there's a school on my road called Dream Seed Academy.
Okay, Dream Seed Academy.
Yeah, just here.
Just on the right. So it's on
yes,
the way coming.
On your way coming. So I became close to the proprietors, Mr. and Mrs. Norte.
Oh, okay.
And in 2019, I was able to donate some computers and some books, because when I visited the school, I normally pop over and say hi and see what's going on. They were teaching computers on a whiteboard, so I thought, well, no, there's something that I can actually do to help the school. So when I went back to the UK, I spoke with some colleagues, and they kindly donated some computers. And so I shipped them over, and then we did a presentation. I've got pictures and stuff that I can send to you.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be much more.
And I also donated some books for them to start a library as well. So that was in 2019. I also began teaching some of the children the game chess. How to play chess. And I actually have one student who, up until he'd been posted away to SHS, would come home like once a week and sit down and play and learn. He's actually just started beating me now.
Oh wow!
So
you are a good teacher.
Yeah. So I began teaching chess to the children as well, and then also some colleagues of mine have started the Spelmore Institute school in Pokwasi. So the last couple of years I've been going to the school to give a hand to help where I can. So for those who is looking at an international school here in Ghana, which is run by diasporans, the Spelmore Institute in Pokwasi, they're on Facebook. Check them out and get in contact if you're considering sending your children there. And then 2019, also while I was here, I'm an avid football supporter. I support Liverpool, but I played semi-professional football in the UK. So football is in my blood. So when I came here, I saw children playing in the football field. So what I normally do is I also bring footballs over, and if I'm in a community, I'll pump them up and give them to the children. So when I saw that there was about like 15, 20 children coming on the field playing, I approached them and asked if there was a youth team, and they said no, there used to be, but no, nothing is here for them. So I said to them, well, okay, if I come and do some training, will you guys be serious about starting a team? They said yes. So 2019, I basically started doing some training with them, saw that they were interested, and when I went back to the UK, I was doing I work in social housing. And at the time I was doing some work with Arsenal Football Club. So they have a community side, Arsenal in the community. So they began working in one of the projects I was running. And then through my friendship, I told them, look, I'm starting a football team in Ghana, if they can help with anything. So they basically invited me to the Arsenal Stadium, the new stadium, and basically they gave me a box full of kit. Socks, tops, shorts. I shipped them over, bought some football equipment and shipped over. And basically we began training, and then we began playing friendly matches. The team was we named the team the Black Diamonds.
The Black Diamonds.
And we began playing in some local galas, playing in the local teams, under 16, under 14. We began winning matches, and we won, I think, one or two galas that we entered. We actually won the galas with teams that are already established there. Unfortunately, COVID hit 2020, so that kind of slowed everything down. But each time that I go to the UK and come back, I resume training, etc. So right now, as we speak, the football team now, I've managed to get sponsors from the UK.
Oh, okay.
So we're now changing the football, well, we've changed the name of the team from Black Diamonds now to Urban MBA FC.
Oh, Urban
MBA FC.
Oh.
Now, Urban MBA FC, I am doing some work with them.
Okay.
And Urban MBA in the UK runs entrepreneur training programs, predominantly for young people, but it's not age specific.
Okay.
But we try to help those who have left school, who are not doing much, maybe who are kind of veering off, to kind of get back on the path.
Okay.
And to do so, we've basically encouraged them to look at starting their own business. If they have an idea, then Urban MBA will help them to develop that idea. Now, Urban MBA has a website called Urban MBA UK. The owner is Kofi Opongs, who's a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
So I met Kofi, I think around 2017, 2018.
That's right.
In a local community event in Hackney. And I kept in close contact with him, and when I told him, look, I'm coming out to Ghana and I want to do something around football, but education. So we kept in contact, and each time I went back I would meet with Kofi, and then we would sit down and talk about, he shared his ideas about bringing Urban MBA here in Ghana. So I've been here acting as the Ghanaian rep.
Okay.
We've actually just registered. So apart from sponsoring the football team, I told him about the school here, Nana Basic School. It's a government school.
Okay.
And again, while I've been visiting the school, because most of my children in the football team, they're from the school. That school, Bawaleshi School. So I started liaising with the school, and again I found out that they are teaching children computers on a whiteboard.
Without physical computers.
Without physical computers. So I relayed that to Kofi in the UK, and he said, look, we need to do something. So he sent over some money. Urban MBA sent over some money. The school had an IT room, but it was in a really bad state. So some money was sent over. We got a local mason to re-cement the whole floor, paint the walls, the ceiling, everything. So now the room looks brand spanking new. We've got a local carpenter who's now built some tables, and Kofi from Urban MBA also sent over some computers. So today we're actually going to be donating 6 computers to the school, and some other equipment. And also we'll be donating a couple